What's going on, Stargazers? Arik here. This is the horoscope forecast for December 12th until December 18th. And as always, while the transits and horoscopes do indicate a general astrological weather, it doesn't indicate anything that's happening or specifically that's happening to you within your own chart. So if you do want a very specific understanding of how these transits, long term or short term, are affecting you, you're going to need to get a book reading from your own, astrologer, looking at your own chart, or of course, you can message me, ask me to have a look at your chart. So, the consciousness of this week, what the stars are telling us is that life is a series of tests and they graduate us to the next level. So we have really interesting transits going on. First of all, we have the sun is making a square into Neptune, Mars will be going into Sagittarius, and the planet Mercury, which is the planet of communication and intention, is going to be entering into Capricorn. So there's going to be a lot of powerful manifestation opportunities and vibes rolling into gear. The cosmic signature of the week is an optimistic push forward, which is really interesting as we are approaching Capricorn season. Each and every day seems to be getting a little bit heavier because we already start to feel the constellation cosmic rays coming from Capricorn. So the hack of the week is, of course, sustaining the fire of passion within us. And that's the fire of passion that we are getting from Sagittarius. And at the beginning of the week, the moon is found 0 degrees Aries and very close to Chiron, the wounded healer, in Aries as well. So there's a lot of healing energy available. But according to the Zodiac Hacks chart, we have a lot of energy in Capricorn and a lot of energy in Gemini. So there's a lot of opportunity here to really keep that fire alive, and we're going to need to keep it alive. The challenge of the week is the propensity to give up and, of course, falling into depression. So there's a lot of these vibes that we want to be mindful of, using our tools, our affirmations, our healing crystals, our healing oils, drinking water, meditation, exercise, sharing and loving yourself and loving others, and taking the time to spend with others. So important now during this time, because it's when we're having extra, we want to share it with others. That's one thing Sagittarius is totally teaching us. And so this week we are represented. So we are being reminded. We are being confronted with the hardships that we have in our lives that we are in denial about, or that we have yet to really master, for the sole purpose of getting to our personal next level. So in Zodiac Hacks, we always want to get to the next level. And so we're being reminded, we're being shown the hardships that we haven't really quite succeeded over. So we have Sagittarius season every year that falls right in between Scorpio season, which is a very difficult time, and Capricorn season, which is also a very difficult time. And it's really intense because the Capricorn season has Christmas, it has the New Year. So we have to really make sure that we're paving the way as much as possible to ensure a really good New Year and Christmas that's falling within Capricorn. So we have just 10 more days from today, which is December 12th, 2021. So 12/12, 2012, 20, yeah. So as we're feeling, as the energy is getting heavier and heavier, every day we're coming closer to the Capricorn season. We want to be able to keep that fire alive as much as possible. So no giving up, no lashing out, no fighting, no instigating. We don't want to be just a firework. We want to be a steady flame. On Tuesday, both the planet Mercury and Mars will move into new signs. Mercury is going to move into Sagittarius and Capricorn, and Mars is going to move into um, no, I'm sorry. Mars is moving into Sagittarius and Mercury is moving into Capricorn. Doesn't matter. It's a big shift. There's a big shift with these two planets. So this is all about bringing new life out of the darkness. So it can be a very supportive transit as we move into the new year, 2022. By the way, I have a really long, powerful, informative forecast for all the signs that's going to be available very soon. But what we can do with these transits now is to leave the past year behind us, okay? Now, we cannot change what happened in the past, but we are called to bring what we've made of it and to bring our best foot forward as we're moving into the future. At the beginning of this week, we may feel a bit confused and a bit defused about what we are supposed to be doing. We also need to be careful from the explosive activity and the propensity to kind of attack others for things that are not going in our way. So being victimized, complaining and blaming, all of that, slighting others, being passive aggressive. We need to really be mindful to not use that fiery energy in that kind of way. So the solution is to see the light that's awaiting you in the darkness, okay? Because from the darkness comes the light. From the greatest amount of darkness comes the greatest amount of light. That's what Sagittarius is teaching us. I write about it in my book, Zodiac Hacks. You can download it on Kindle. It's like $2, or you can get a hard copy or a paperback. It's an amazing, informative chapter on Sagittarius is in there. You can read all about that, and then also Capricorn, which is what we're getting into. So it's in the darkness where we can really begin to see that light. So as Mars is moving into Sagittarius here, we really want to make sure that we're doing everything within our power to be tactful, to have a lot of care, to be loving, that all of our actions, we're doing it with mindfulness. So this week is teaching us to speak with care. So before you speak and just blow somebody out of the water, you want to take a minute, think about what you say before you say it, because our words have so much power, we don't even realize it. And sometimes we say things that can create, and sometimes we say things that can destroy. And sometimes we need to speak, and sometimes we shouldn't speak. So it's, again, finding that balance within this week between whether our words are helpful or whether our words are kind of like making a mess. Okay, so Mars in Sagittarius is really illuminating our selfish behaviors, disguised as these selfless avatars, like, oh my god, I'm so good, I should get like the Nobel Prize or whatever. No. So paradoxically, we can load the level of true life, okay, like being happy and having everything that you want. We can only load this level from within the material world and from within our dark nature, because by going into the dark nature is where then we want to bring in the light. And then when we bring in the light energy, then we see what we need to work on, but also all the blessings and the treasure that's there. We can't go to somewhere that's perfect and then like get any amount of fulfillment or bring more light into that, because the light's already there. It's about working and earning, and by going into those caves within our psyche and then doing the work from within there. And then, if it's not working, then we need to see, maybe we need to change our agenda, maybe we need to find another tactic. That's all part of the trial and error of this whole Sagittarius season. So the most important thing though is we can't complain. So if we are working like within some kind of like darkness, we cannot complain about it with our words or with our attitudes, but we got to take responsibility, and then we can change it. So if we are addicted to surface level appearances or what we see in another person, for example, we will never see the truth. We will never really be able to connect to that person. We will never really be able to see that person for who they are, or that thing, or whatever it is we're looking at. We will only see the surface. And then what happens is that our lives, they become very shallow, and we're unable to connect with the code of life. And then, of course, then we become part of that code, and we're being run. So we will always see the end result, right? We always see the end result, right? But we don't see how it happened. We don't see the behind the scenes. And we're all obsessed with behind the scenes. So we really want to see behind the scenes to life. And this week, we are reminded that there is a system behind the scenes of what's going on in our world, in our personal world, in our collective world. And there is a system to the beautiful art that is the world. So complaining and anger, they will not make us happy. It'll only bring about more loss and rejection. And also, very interesting, being angry and complaining is going to bring us pain. And this pain will be so powerful that it's going to control us. and it's going to control how we render reality. And if we are in a state of victimization, then there's no possible way that we can be living and having a powerful, positive life energy where we can really create the world that we want, but rather the world would be created for us because we're not in a position of power. Okay? So the full moon is happening also at the end of the week on Sunday, and this is the final full moon of 2021, and this is going to allow us to really change a lot of things and to eliminate a lot of obstacles that have been created or have been sustained throughout 2021. I will be doing a full moon workshop to guide anyone who wants to attain this energy and eliminate negativity in their lives. Okay, so definitely check out for that. Let me know how this week is going for you in the comments, and you can get a daily, day-by-day horoscope of important transits either by going to zodiachacks.com and reading them there, or we're posting them on Instagram stories for the 24-hour period. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you so much for your trust, and thank you for being the one who makes a difference by using Dash Astrology, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.